Thanks for watching the introduction videos. We hope you enjoyed them. Welcome back to the studio. Today is all about guitars. We'll be recording acoustic, nylon string and electric, and showing a multitude of techniques: mono, dual mono, mid-side, stereo. We have two very fine guitarists in today, Damien Wright and Will Stoltz, so stick with us. Throughout this series, we hope more than anything to offer just a number of really practical tips and things that you can take away with you to use for your recordings. Fundamentally though, the main one that we hope to instill in you is that you would seek out, as a sound recordist or engineer, to understand the very nature and characteristics and frequency response of the instruments that you're setting out to record. For our first recording, we've used an omnidirectional microphone. So when you've got a solo instrumentalist, the choice of microphone is really important. The Omni microphone not only captures the performance, but it also captures the interplay of the performance in the room that it's in. Let's have a little listen to that microphone now. The omnidirectional microphone picks up practically everything. So it picks up the performance, picks up the articulation of the performer, and it picks up its interplay within the room and the space that it's in. And that's what you want from that sort of microphone. Whether or not that's what you want for your recording is really a matter of choice and discernment. We'll talk more about the characteristics of all of these microphones later on in this video series. So let's now go in and import the audio from our mono Omni session. Well, instantly we can hear that there's a beautiful openness to it. There's a lot of ambience around the guitar. An Omni microphone can really lend itself to creating a great atmosphere for a solo performance like this. Sometimes capturing the ambience and the interplay of the guitar in the space that it's recording can really help you get a sense of the performance. The beauty of an Omni microphone always is its neutrality. You can put it close, you can put it distant. It works great at a measured distance because of the way that it picks up all of the surrounding atmosphere. An Omni microphone is great when you're dealing with just solo instruments. It's very much down to personal taste. I think though with this particular recording, I personally really enjoy the sound of the C100 Cardioid microphone on this guitar. Let's have a little listen together. The Cardioid microphone has more detail. And because of that very focused cardioid polar pattern, you may hear more intricacies in the performers playing. It's not to say that they're not there in the Omni microphone, but they're a bit more focused and engaged in the cardioid recording because there isn't quite so much of the ambient sound surrounding the recording. There's a beautiful clarity, obviously, in the cardioid recording. There may appear to be more detail in some respects. It's a beautiful performance by Will, and I think both of the recordings would be very usable. It would be a matter of choice and taste. If I was going to do a solo acoustic guitar recording, personally, I'd probably go for stereo, and that's where we're going to head now. In setting up your mid-side technique, the first thing you need to do is get a good, clear, balanced image from your cardioid microphone, and then bring in your figure-of-8 pattern microphone and place it underneath the cardioid. That will create your stereo image later on in post-production. Every instrument, especially when you're doing solo instrument recordings, has that perfect, unique sweet spot, and that's what we as sound recorders and engineers really need to seek out. It's that special place where the instrument resonates best with the microphone and all of your equipment. So we're now going to record something quite unique. It's still a guitar, a nylon string guitar, but it's more the style that it's being played in, as Damien Wright is a flamenco guitarist, a very accomplished flamenco guitarist. One of the challenges that you can face as a sound engineer is being confronted firstly with new music, and also sometimes a sound or an instrument that you thought you knew, but when it's being played in a different manner, it can sound really quite different. So I would recommend that really just losing any preconceived ideas that you had before you set out to record something. Try and see it as a chance to be creative, an opportunity to learn a new technique even. Work with the artist that you have, work with the sound that you've got. Let's go and have a listen to this guitar now. There you have it, our BLUMLEIN recording. A very true stereo image, a very natural sound, and one that really encapsulates the power, the passion, and the beauty of this music.
I found it really great, especially the reproduction of the actual sound of the guitar, which sounds ridiculous, but often when you record a guitar, you lose certain characteristics which you really love about the instrument that you're playing, and in this case, I think it's been reproduced in a very quality and respectful way.
Okay, so we're going to be recording an electric guitar now, and sincerely, the first choice for nearly all engineers is to just use a cardioid and place it somewhere close to the speaker cone on our amplifier. We're not going to complicate things, we're going to try that straight away. That was an excellent performance from Will, and the guitar sounds fantastic, the amp sounds great. The Cardioid has captured the presence and a lot of the percussive features of what Will's doing. Now let's listen to that recording in a more real-world setting where the guitar wouldn't be so much out on its own, but it would find itself in a small ensemble. On behalf of Sony Professional Solutions and Underwood Studio, thanks for joining us.